Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So earlier on I made this stand in centimeters and so many of you asked me for it in inches, so I've worked it out and I've come back. This is the actual one I've made in inches, and if you haven't seen the centimeter tutorial, then it's a card stand where you stack all your cards in, which you would have seen on the front cover of my YouTube video. You can stack all your cards or anything else that you want to sell in there. It's great for markets, stalls, tabletops, craft fairs, all those kinds of things, or even at home. So what the beauty of it is that you can open it and fold it completely flat. Now this little bit at the top gives you more balance for your bigger cards if you're having some on the top shelf, but you could leave that out and it would stay as an A4. So I've still made it as an A4, but I've just done it in inches for you rather than centimeters. So let's get started and I'll show you how to do it in inches. So like before, we need 4 little pieces here. So these ones are going to be just under 2 inches by 5.5. There's 2 of those, and then this one is going to be just under 4 inches by 2 3/4. And on this one you're just going to pop tape at each end, so I'll just do that on this one, and then on the other one we score it in half and we tape one side of it. So I'll just pop this on now, overhanging the edges as always. It's going on the underside, you don't see this bit, it's just part of the mechanism, so it's okay. You don't want the mechanism to catch on it though, so take that extra little piece off there. And then this one we're going to score in half. Okay, so this one, as you can see, I've scored it in half and I've put tape on just one side of it, and it doesn't matter if it's top, bottom or anything like that. So just at 2 3/4 we're just going to fold it in half and then just put tape on one end. And we'll put those aside, we're going to need them as we go through the demonstration if you haven't seen the other one, but you're going to need all the inches to do this one. So I'm just going to pop that to one side and those. So right, let's start like we did before with the base. So with the base on this one, hopefully you can see the scoreboard, I think it's just back cam. So what you're going to do is you're going to have the card not that way, you're going to have it portrait. Everything's portrait apart from the sides, so just remember to put your card portrait, short side at the top. This is A4 like I said, and with this one we're going to score at 3/4, 1.5 and 7.5. so 3/4, 1.5 and 7.5. So I had to make it work so that it was all even. I like to have my tiers even, and everything else with me has to be even. even. So what we're going to do is just reinforce these scores. They're all coming up to the sky like on the centimetre. Everything's going to be the same. It's literally just the measurements. So with this one we're going to add some red liner tape just to the very edge like we did on the last one. Now if you were going to make this permanent, because you can, you don't need to add this now. You would do the tabs first on the sides and you wouldn't need to cut the tabs skinny like I'm going to. So that would be different. You'll just have to look at that and see what I mean. It'd be too much to go into right now, but you can make this a permanent thing. It doesn't have to be collapsible, but it's really useful. So this one just goes over on it, on that first bit there. Don't fold the whole thing over, and then that stands up. So that's going to be the front piece there that stands up, and then this bit goes onto another piece which I'll get, which is going to be the back. So that's going to stand up like that, and that will be the back. So what we can do with this one is just add some tape to the back of here, or glue. Wet glue is much better because you've got manoeuvrability, but tape is quite quick. So I'm just going to run a bit of tape. Now obviously you would feel that tape, don't just put a little bit like that on. You want it to be covering it completely. And then I'm going to use my scoreboard to butt this card up to it and have it all level and fold that over. So we need it to be completely level. I don't know what that little bit of paper is there. And we're going to fold it over, see if I can get rid of that. Did. and then we've got our top and our base. So already we're getting there. Okay, now the next bit we're going to do are the side pieces. Now for the side pieces, this is the only time you put your card landscape on the portrait, landscape, portrait. So this one you put it alongside up against the score at the top. And then we're going to score this one at 1 1/4, 2 1/2 and 8 1/2. Okay, so 1 1/4. Whoops, wrong one. Did you see that? 1 1/4, 2 1/2 and 8 1/2, like that. Then we're going to turn it around to B portrait, and then we're just going to make scores just to that second line. So we've got our first score line there and our second score line there, which is at 2 1/2. We're just going to come down to that 2 1/2 mark, and we're going to be scoring it at, let me have a look what I wrote down somewhere, 3/8 and 3/4. So inches are not my first language. So I do struggle with it, but I understand that a lot of you prefer inches. 3/8 and what did I say? 3/4. There you go. See, so it's bit 1, 2, 3, and then 6, isn't it? But yeah, probably laughing at me. So this point here, I'm going to put a little mark on there. There is where that meets. So we've got our score line going up like this, and then we've got our other 2 score lines we've just done there. Now this point here, and you wouldn't write on your card, it's going to come over to this point here. Now you can just draw a line, because that is going to be a scored, not a scored, I score it because I use my scoring board to measure, which is pretty much what that is there. But if I do it with a line, you'll see it. So if you draw from that point to that point, like that, we're going to be cutting that off. So this piece here, and you will see this, so you don't want to do this to your own project because you will see the line. If you do want to do lines, do pencil lines, rub them out, or cut just inside the line, make it a little bit further away than what it needs to be, and then just cut inside of it. So we're just going to go to there, and then we're going to go along that bit, but I'm just going to get rid of that because it's weighty and I don't want to put pressure on this drawing. So these 2 lines that we had here, they're just, again, my guidelines for cutting, so they didn't, only the centre one needed to be scored. So just go along to there and then just cut the bottom bit off. So you would leave this tab whole and fold it over, fold the base over it if you were going to be making it permanent. But I'm only demoing how to do it non-permanent. So we can add a bit of tape to that one. You need to make 2 of these. That's rubbish. Put it to the side so that you don't use it accidentally on anything. Just trying to find the end of my red liner tape. You know how it goes. There we go. And then just pop some tape along there. And obviously I needed a thicker tape, but here we are. And I'm just going to pull that off. Like I say, make sure your glue and your tape go to all the edges. Make it secure as possible, and it'll last a lot longer. And use a sturdy card as well. Don't use a flimsy card because you're going to have cards in there. So this is 250 GSM. I don't know what that is in pounds, sorry. So if you've got your 2 bottoms here, one of them has to score one way, and I haven't moved any of these, they're identical, but one's going to come in one way. So we'll have this one coming in towards this way, and then the other one, turn it, flip it, and fold it back towards you, so that these 2 tabs meet in the middle, basically, like so. So get them to meet in the middle like that. So there's your 2 sides done. Put them to the side, put the sides to the side, and then we'll get on with the little bits that go inside. So again, it's going to be portrait, because like I say, everything's portrait, because you need the length of that for, sorry, the width of it for your card display. So what we're going to do is score this one. Let me make sure I've got the first one up. So we're going to do a 1/4, which is a narrow gluing session. I know this because when I did that one that I showed you, I thought, oh, that's a bit narrow, but it works out better for the measurements because not everybody's got the 16ths and things like that on their scores. 2 1/4, so 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 3/4, like that, 6, oops, 6 and 8. So you've got another little quarter at the end there. So that was 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 6 and 8. Now we need to fold these. Now these two are the same width. This is a bigger one. Okay, so we need to fold all of these up again towards you. They're all going up. One of them's going to go the other way. And if you watch my centimetre video, it's quite comical how I got it all so wrong. Because I did only design this last night and made the first one this morning. Then I did a video and I didn't quite know what I was doing. So it's quite funny. So all of these are going up at the moment. So now you can work it out. So we've got this one here. Okay, so we've got our 1/4 inch, our 2 inch, and then we've got a big bit. Now that big bit is the taller bit, so this is going to be where the lip is. So this is the lip. Now before I went like that and folded it that way and lost it. You don't want to do that. So the second one in is the one that you do a mountain fold on. But like I say, stand it up, have a look at it, and then you can see they're all going the right way at the moment. This one needs to turn and come up towards you. So where it was all like this, they're all coming up, up, up. This second one has to go the other direction like that. So you've got one, so you've got valley, mountain, valley, valley, valley. Okay, now this one here needs to, if you think about it, that's a lip. Have a little think about this before you glue it, because you can easily go the wrong way like I did. So you need it to go to that one. Okay, you need it to go down there and keep that. You don't want it to be going gluing onto that way, so you need it to go down to there, which means you need to put your tape along this side, this edge inside here. So let's put that on there now, like so, and make it go all the way to the end. Be much better. We've got our tape on there. You can turn it back round, double check if you want. The lip needs to go downwards, so we're going to be folding it like that. Then we're going to be pulling this one back, so you've still got the right length. So this is going to be identical. So we've got our lip here, and then these two are the same height, which is all great. Okay, and then we've got a different size in the middle there. So that's that one done, and now we're going to the next one. And then on the next one, I did leave out a little section on the sides, but we'll go back to it after I've done this one. I've got a habit of putting them on like that because it just feels like that's how I should be doing it, but it's not. So this next one is a 1/4 again. So we've got these little 1/4 tabs, a 1/4 there. I'll do the 1/4 twice because it's difficult to fold when it's more narrow. 4 1/4, 4 1/4 there. Then it's going to be 4 3/4, 4 3/4, and then 8. There's not so many folds on the bottom one, and this is the bottom stack. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to fold them all up and have a look. I know which one it is now, but we'll have a look because you need to work it out for yourselves. Get them all to come up, and then you can make your mountain fold and you'll know which way you're going. So it's much better to check, double check, triple check, rather than get it wrong. It's only a piece of card at the end of the day, so it's not too bad, is it? You know, you're not losing a lot. So this is the big section. So the big section, this I know is going to have to come up this way. Okay, so where we did the 4 1/4, that's the one that's going to be the mountain fold. So we did a 1/4, 4 1/4, make the 4 1/4 the mountain fold. Okay, now the mountain fold is going to go like that. So you want to keep that thing whole, that whole bit there. That's going to be like 3 1/4. You need this to go down onto there, so make sure the tape goes on here and it's going to the right. We're going to push it over to the right like that. So make sure, so you've got all the joins coming up. The second one is not, it's going down. And then we just tape along there, like so. And to be honest with you, when I did this earlier, I thought I had all the measurements worked out, put it all together. I got past this stage and it was wrong. I was like, no, I've got to work out the inches again. So you can see, this is our tool one. We've got our lip and we've got our sections going on here. It's really difficult to show you because my camera can't go high enough. But there we go. Okay, so we've got that. So we've got our lip there. This one goes to the back, this one goes to the base, and then the other one sits on top. Now before we do that, there's a little section here where we use these two. So what we're going to do with these two is turn them over and put them to the edges. So they're like this, but we're going to just glue them to the inside of there and there. And there are tabs for the side pieces to go into, which we haven't added yet. So I'll go back and do those. So just up to the edge. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm coming up the top to do the other one. Just going to take these off. Bits of tape. Like so. And pop that one up the end. I'm just going to pull it forward a little bit because I want to make sure it's on the edge. And make sure that it's not interfering with any of the scores. That one, this one might be a little bit long. I might have to trim that one down if it's, no, it doesn't seem to be interfering with the mechanism. That's all good. So we've got our pieces on there, on the sides, and now I'm going to put this in. So earlier on, when I did the centimetre one, I joined these two together and then put it all in, but I've decided that putting the top one in first is a lot easier, so we'll do that. But first of all, let's put the bits on the side, because we didn't add those yet. We need to put them on. So these little pieces here need to go on the side, but on the triangle side, and they come in a little bit as well, come in like 3/8, something like that, just away from the score line, because it will interfere. You've got to sort of like allow enough width for the tape that you put on that bit that we just did, basically. So if you come in a little bit, and that's why I've made them narrower. They could have been bigger. So we're not going on that bit, we're going on this bit, but just away. So I'll turn this one around. It's going to go at the bottom of the triangle, and it's going to come in a little bit. I'm going to do it about 1/4 inch in, like so. Now if you've, there's no overhang like there was on the centimetre one, but we're just going to snip that corner off a little bit. Same direction as that, but please don't worry about the shape of it. It doesn't matter. It's just taking off to make sure it fits inside the little slot, but I'm sure it will, because the inches ones come out quite different to the centimetre one. The centimetre one was tighter, so we had to snip a bit more off to make it fit. So just pop this one on here. So again, use my board for about 1/4 inch. Keep it steady at the bottom and pop that on the triangle. So we've got our two pieces like that, and we've got these little bits here, okay, and then we've got these two as well. So there are our tabs to put it all together in a minute. And then we'll take, before we put the sides on, we'll take this. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do one piece of card. We're going to have a portrait again, and I'm just going to measure 2.75 or 2 3/4, and just do a score line, and then I can get rid of this board because there's quite a lot of gluing to be done. I don't really want the board there, so I think it'd be easier. We'll put that to one side. We'll do that one last. So we've got these two. So we've got the one with the tabs on. We're not going to use that one first. We're going to use this one because this is the top layer. Now it's going to go that way. This is the top because this is where the lip is for the cards. So these two are folding in towards each other like this, and they are narrow. So if you're going to use tape, you're going to have to be really careful how you do it, and also with glue. You don't want the glue to go over the top. So these go on the back, so we're going to turn this piece around. So this is the whole A4, and this is the lip at the front of it, okay? So we're going to turn that around, and this one is the one we're going to put in. Now if we lift the back up, you can visualise that it's got to go that way. So let's fold this over like this, and then the best thing to do is either use your scoreboard or draw a line, get a ruler, and go 2.75 or 2 3/4 here, and 2 3/4 up here, and draw a line, and that's where you're going to be putting the fold of your tape. Okay, now you can use the scoreboard, which is what I usually do. So you just need to know where 2 3/4 is. Cover up that line, just put it over there slightly, a little bit won't matter because you've got the height of everything. Just frantically looking for my wet glue, which is here. So this bit, so we've got our lip here, so it's just this skinny little bit folded over we're going to deal with right now. I was dealing with everything at once, got in a right old pickle. So we're going to cover that line with the folded bit like that. Okay, so if I lift it up, we're just putting that piece down. Might even be easier for you to do it that way. You can see roughly where it's got to go, get it lined up, and it's really important that these edges are not skew width. You need them to be completely level with the top. So it's up to you which way around you do this, but I'm going to pop some wet glue on there now, and we'll get it on there. And you really need to be a bit patient with the wet glue, and yes, Sarah's not patient with the wet glue. Too excited to get things done. And what's really funny is I make these things. I never make them again unless I need them. And then I have to watch my videos because I've designed them. I do them so fast that I can't remember how I did it. So I have to watch my videos because I don't even keep the instructions or write down. Unless it's like a PDF that I've done. Maybe I should write this one up. So we're going to pop that down there. And down there. Don't know if you can see, because I'm concentrating on me being selfish. So just fold that down. Let's have a look where we are on the line. So we need to make sure that that is straight, and you can tell when you fold it down if your edges are straight, and that should be just about right. Put that back up, just cover up that line, don't want to see the line. And you can check with your ruler to make sure you're on par. Look at me doing centimetres still. 275. Mine seems to be a bit out. It's a bit skew width. It is. It's funny how the sides didn't go off centre there, isn't it? But there you go. So that's that one sort of on. It's not the best. But then we can fold down, you see, this one. So with this one, we're going to put glue on it, then we're going to fold it, lift it in the air, and then just keep it flat. We're not going to fold that up. It sort of like needs to be flat. So when we push it down, we need the glue on the back. Okay, so we're going to put the glue on the back, this one. Glue's talking. Hey, how you doing? How's your day been? Oh dear, I've lost the plot. Right, so what I'm saying is with this one, you can tell that it's going to go there, like it's going to be there. So you can just fold it all the way over and let it fall inside. And this is where you can see it is skew width. Make sure that's that one's come out. So we're going down like that. And I did it this way because these are little, and then you can fold it back the other way. See what I mean? I can't be patient, can I? And let the glue take. I just can't seem to do that. What is wrong with me? Come on, take. Don't fly up. That's the trouble when you're working with small bits. See? Look at that. It's not glue jet, Sarah. Patient. Can't. You should have used tape, shouldn't I? I should have used red liner tape. It's quicker and easier. I think we're there now. Might be off a little bit though. Try and pull it back a little bit. That was a bit skewy. We can chop it off. I'm not going to worry about it. So backwards and forwards. And then this one. So we've got our lip. This is the back, don't forget. So this is the back. So this one's going to go underneath. So what happens with this one is this gets glued to this base here, and at the same time this little tab goes down there, so you can put glue on there and on this tab, and then the fold, you fold it under So this one does go under. So you fold it under like that. And then you can pull this one over onto it, or the other way around, whichever you prefer. You just need to make sure that's straight. And that's because this isn't folded in. My goodness me. Thought it'd be easier to do it this way, but I'm having second thoughts. Right, so glue on here and glue on here. Do the glue on here first because it's a big area. Come on, glue. Out you come. So this is the base of that top section, and this is the bottom of the other one. So just going to go glue along that edge. I think I better run my finger along there because I've been a bit heavy handed. The old baby finger is my best tool for smearing glues. And we're just going to pat that up to that fold line. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. We will need to make sure it's square, but I think I'm going to go the other way because obviously you can't see what's going on with this little fella down there. So let's get him nice and secure-ish before we come over this way and fold this one down. And then this is where you can pull it into place because you want it to be level as possible. I'm just getting everything a nice old burnish, and we should have our mechanism pretty much down and in. It was a lot harder than doing the centimetre one because the 1/4 inch is a bit small to play with, but use tape if you want to, or use a PVA glue where you've got quite a lot more time. I'm using a construction glue because it's fast drying, because I need it for the video. So you can see now, if I stand that up, goodbye, you've got your 2 tiers in there. Now the beauty of the next stage is this little strip here on this bottom, the only one we've got left. Fold it all back. We can put tape on that because you just close it up. I don't know what fell on the floor. I think it's my scoring tool. Yes it was, don't know where it is. How did that disappear into the oblivion? Right, let's pop a little bit of red so you can see. So this is just that final tab going down on there. This would be a lot easier, this one, because it's tape. And with hindsight, it's probably what I should have done with that. Never mind. And then we're just going to fold the bottom up to meet that. And you can turn it over and you'll see that it's not bad. There's not much overhang. There's a little bit of overhang here of something. And you can just sort of like snip that off if you think it's going to affect the sides closing. That's the only thing that it would affect. You can just take some pretty strong scissors. There's quite a few layers. Just snip that bit off. So now when we open it up, it automatically opens up the tab, and then we just fold it back the other way. And because it folds flat, obviously everything folds all directions, so it's really good. And you know you've done it right then. If it's not folding, there's something not quite right. So I'm going to just find that tool or get another one. Let's see what I can do. Okay, I'll grab another one. I have one on my scoreboard, so grab that one out. Where on earth did it go? How do these things happen? Sorry about that little interlude. So the final thing to do is, obviously we've got the top, so there's one more final thing to do, but this is the top now, so we're going to fold it over so we've got the top here and the back. And then we need these two. So these two are going to go glued down like this, just on the outside. Now if you wanted to add another piece of card over the top to make it look pretty, because that's the only thing it is going to do, then you can. So just wet, yeah, just wet glue on this one. Pop some on there. And add that one to the sides. When you've got it on the side, we've got a little bit of protruding, so we'll just make sure that it can come round okay. So what I mean is turn it over and make sure that that can be 90 degrees. So just make sure that that's okay. Turn it back, put it up that way a little bit, and then we can do the other one. And we know the other one's going to be that way round. because we've got our other one on, so it's opposite, which I've just crushed. So pop this one on. Fill it up with glue. Now you don't have to put that top piece on, like I said, but that top piece just gives you a little bit of back support for any taller cards that you've got. So if you wanted to put some bigger cards up here, see this one's short at the moment. These are okay because they've got a lot of room, but where these are at the back, they could flip out, if you know what I mean. So gust of wind or something. So just pop that on now. So we'll move this one down this way. And this section here, where we took that piece of card just now, before I got rid of the scoreboard, I put a score line down through it. So we're just going to fold that off. So it's 2.75 off of a whole sheet, or 2 3/4 I should say. I think the digital side of things is different. I don't understand. I hope you've understood everything I've told you. So 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and fold. Sounds like a fitness video now. 1 2 3, and there's my exercise done. I'm done now. So nice sides. This has got the fold in it, and it's going to butt up to that other fold on the back, you see. So we've got some nice strength at the back now. It's all double folded thickness. So I'm going to glue on here. So if you had any dirty marks or anything on it, that's fine. Probably not bits like that. Just waiting for the glue to come down. Go along. Whee! Entertain yourselves. There's your glue. Right, let's pop that one on and we're done. Obviously it needs drying time like everything else I do. Make sure these are folding okay. They're all good. In the right place. So now we've got some strength behind our box. So the way you put it together is you just pop. I know this is difficult. I think I stood up last time, so I'll stand up this time to do it. So where you've put that little bit at the bottom there, underneath, do you remember? We put that piece of card. Let's just separate it from the other one. Hello. There. So that bit there, not that bit, this bit. Come here. There. So where we've got that bit there, okay, so that's that bit we put on before. This section goes into that, so it's the right height, which is why you need to put it at the bottom. So it's the right height to slide into that bit. Come on, being naughty. Once you've done it a couple of times, it just flies in. It's because it's new. So we pop that one in there, and that goes up like that. So that's all nice and secure. But we've got that extra security around the front, and again we'll probably have to open this up because it's not been used before. Just put your pokey tool in there, give it a little wiggle so that you can pop your tab in. So that's one side locked in. Same on the other side. So we've just got the same thing. We've got that little tab under there, which, because I'm going to turn it around, because I've got jam nails, I can't open it with my finger now. So I'm just going to pull that down. Again, there we go. So it's that section there, you see. And then this tab goes in there. Like I say, once it's been in a few times, it's going to be fine. It's gone in now already. So again, we pop that one up like that. So those two are in. We need the front one in to keep it all together. Am I going to have to open you up as well? No. Good tab. So you can see there we've got our box and it's all together how it should be. We've got 3 racks displaying. Sorry for hitting the camera. So have fun making this, guys. Hopefully you're all happy now. You've got your inches, you've got your centimetres. Okay, so thanks for watching and I'll catch you later. Bye.